Hello and welcome back to Fenton Gaming Plays Neverwinter Nights 2 Complete Edition. I'm your host Fenton. In this Neverwinter Nights 2 build video, we're doing the Rogue Fighter, Shadowdancer, and Shadow Thief of Amn build. As always, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more Neverwinter Night 2 builds like this. Do not forget to hit that notification bell so you'll be updated much more. Here are the pros and cons of this build. Pros: your sneak attack stacks thanks to being a rogue and a Shadow Thief of Amn. Number 2, with this build and high dex, you're going to have very high reflex saves. Also, because of high dexterity, we're going to be able to get the perfect 2-weapon fighting feat as well. You can have all the rogue's tricks, plus you'll be able to have some offensive feats from the fighter tree. So the cons of this video goes as follows for this build, is that your reflex saves is great, your fortitude saves are in the dumps basically, your will saves are better than fortitude, but you're going to have to use some items to help you out with that. Also, one more thing, your sneak attacks will not work against, you guessed it, everyone, like undead, evil outsiders, or constructs. You don't have to rely on 2-weapon fighting. So let's go over the races. Now, first of all, the gold dwarves, I'm going to say hard pass on because -2 dex. Gray dwarves are actually good. You have to deal with leveling up a bit more than the other classes. Now, the shield dwarves are good. They don't have that leveling problem, but still, they're very nice. Now, let's go to the elves. Now, next up is the Drought. They're a good class for this. Just -2 Constitution. The rest you can make up. You can put the Charisma in the Constitution if you need to do that. Moon Elves are actually really good for this build as well. That Dex will help you out greatly. You just got to make up in the Constitution department. Now, next up is the Sun Elves. I'm going to go ahead and say they're more of a arcane type of caster. I'll probably say pass on that. Now, Wild Elves, they're really good, even though they're really for sorcerers, but still they're nice. Now, this is a good, I think, subclass. Wood Elves, Strength, Dexterity, Constitution -2 on that, but it's good. Let's go over to Gnomes. Now, Deep Gnomes, they're actually good because of the +2 Dex, +2 Wisdom, just the Strength and Charisma suffers, and the leveling you have to do more. Now, Rock Gnomes, they're alright. You just got to take it for the -2 Strength. Halflings, I would probably say both of them are really good. Now, this one's good because +2 Dex, -2 Strength, and other feats as well. Now, I would probably advise definitely taking this one. You get the same as the other one, but you get an extra feat when you start out. This is great, by the way. You definitely want that. Now, half-elves, you don't get no pluses or minuses. Instead, you get some human things, you get some of the elven things, you get low light vision on both, which is nice. So, this is just like a personal preference. You want to be a half-elf or a half-drow at this point. Up to you on that. Half-orcs, they're not bad at all. Again, -2 intelligence and charisma. You got to make up an intelligence department. Humans are very good. No plus or minuses on ability scores. However, they get 4 extra skill points and 1 extra feat. Plain touch, Azamars are more for paladins. If you want to go that route, that's fine, but nothing will happen really. So, there. Tieflings, they're really good. Just -2 charisma, but dex intelligence is nice. I advise definitely going for that if you're going for this department. Now, Air Gensize, they're really good. You just got to definitely build up that wisdom. Now, as for the Earth ones, they're just like the other ones too, just more strength. So if you want a little more strength rogue, that's fine. Fire Gensize, pass on that. That's more spellcasting type. That's more of a tanking type on the water. Definitely pass on that as well. Yuan-ti Pureblood Diesel is actually really good for this build because I think dexterity and intelligence. Grey Orcs, they're alright if you want to go that department as well. My final advice on this is Yuan-ti Pureblood, and the human races, Drow, Wood Elves, and the either Halfling races. I felt like the Halfling races are the best for this build, so Strongheart, definitely you want to go for that. Up to you on your own personal preference, of course. Now, just like the Invisible Blade build, we're going to jump around a bit. We're going to start off with 1 level Rogue. After that, we're going to do another level Fighter. Then we'll go back to Rogue. And then after that, we'll go back to a Fighter. Or so, just to definitely fill out the holes in that. Once that happens, what we're going to go ahead and do is work towards getting 1 level Shadowdancer. You're saying, why is that, Fenton? Hide in plain sight. That is why. Once we get that, we'll move on to Shadow Thief of Amn for 5 levels. After that, we go to Rogue, Fighter for some bonus feats in the epic levels. Then back to Rogue again. Yeah, you're going to be jumping around quite a bit, but we're going to get some feats and skills along the way that is done. So let's go ahead and start off with the Rogue class next. As for alignment, pick any. I advise against lawful ones. If you don't want to be smited, go for neutral or chaotic neutral, I say. Just trust me on that. As for Deity, this is just for RPG feel to it. Tamora, she's a good one. That's good guys for you rogues out there. Now, Shar's a nice one for evil ones or mask. Or if there's anybody else, go for Tamora. That's a good one as well too. Again, yeah, I know, I love that goddess. She's the goddess of luck and money, basically. But still, up to you on that. Unfortunately, there's no Ball or Bane. I'm sorry. Not in this version of Dungeons & Dragons at this time. As for ability scores, here we go. So we're going to go ahead and put strength at 12. We'll leave it at that. Dexterity at 18. Try to get close to 18, or if not, 16 is good as well. Constitution Intelligence 14 is a must. Charisma leave at 10. Wisdom put at 10 as well. You'll have to build up some items on that. So strength 12, dexterity 18. That's going to be the main focus of the build. Constitution and Intelligence 14, and Wisdom 10, and Charisma 10 as well too. Now for background, pick any background what you want. I advise against will save minuses because that's going to hurt you in the butt later on. So avoid Troublemaker. Definitely go for Wild Child. That's a good one. Or if you want to be self-serving, self-sacrificial, then True Leader is fine as well too. If you want to go that, Natural Leader, or no background too. First, we're going to put 4 points in the bluff. Then afterwards, we're going to do is disable devices, hide, move silently, bluff, and intimidate. Those are going to be at 4. We're going to leave intimidate at 4, and that's it. So no more points into that afterwards. Yeah, those are 4 I mentioned are part of the Shadow Thief of Amn prerequisite. Definitely do open locks, search, spot, tumble. Definitely, we're going to definitely max out tumble due to the fact, again, tumble is also part of the, you guessed it, Shadowdancer along with hide and move silently. Yeah, so we'll definitely cover a lot of ground with these skills. We'll at least get Shadowdancer at 9, then starting at 10 is the Shadow Thief of Amn. Now let's go over the starting feats. So if you picked the race with only 1 feat to pick from, I'm going to go ahead and say Able Learner. So I'm going to go ahead and go over that at this very time. You just got to make up some ground, except for your anti-pure blood because you get blind fighting free, which we'll pick down the line. So anyways, Able Learner is this exactly. So this gives you, instead of 2 points for cross-class skills, it's 1. This is great because you're jumping from a rogue to a fire, then fire back to rogue, etc., etc. That's why we picked it. That's number 1. We also get sneak attack, plus 1d6 worth of damage. That goes up. Stacks with the Shadow Thief of Amn version of that as well. Now for your second feat, you want Stealthy. So what Stealthy gives you, plus 2 bonus on hide and move silently. Part of the Shadow Thief of Amn prerequisite too. Now here's my final advice for this build. You're going to start out slightly slow. In other words, yeah, you're learning the ropes. Once you get your fire levels done, and then things start looking up. After Shadowdancer, then Shadow Thief of Amn, your sneak attack will be incredible. Eventually, your melee fighting is going to be perfect. Yeah, because it's perfect 2-weapon fighting. Your main hand and offhand will do exactly the same damage, which is really nice. Just be careful of undead or anything else that's immune to sneak attacks as well. But still, you could definitely use your perfect 2-weapon fighting to help you out towards the end. Now we're going to go ahead and level up our character. Yep, you guessed it, from level 2 to 30. So we'll start with the fighter. This way we'll get some feats out of it. Yeah, you'll see why. So let's first of all put bluff, since we have that cross-class skill ability. Able Learner, that's 1 point. Hide, move silently, and then tumble. We'll put a point in the tumble if we can. There you go. Every 10 points of tumble, we get 1 free AC. We're going to get 3 free AC throughout this build. You'll see. So first of all, what we're going to do is pick a weapon. Pick any that is dexterous, like for example, this type of weapon. Daggers, short swords, you name it. Just look up weapon finesse feat. They'll give you more information on what weapon you should definitely choose from. So I'd say I picked this weapon because I felt like this is the best for this build. Now we're going to go back to the rogue class. We're going to jump around a lot, so I'm going to go ahead and definitely equip those. You're going to start out level 1 with a dagger, so when you get to level 2, don't panic. Now, because we're a halfling, anytime we cross class with a rogue, we won't get penalized and such, so that's good. So let's go with our rogue from 2 to 4. So let's start with level 3, character level wise. Let's go ahead and do that. Again, put your skills in bluff, disable devices, hide, move silently. You want to max that out. Let's see what else. Search and spot, open locks, and tumble definitely. So tumble, hide, move silently, and bluff should all be maxed out. You're going to be focusing on what I call the 4. Bluff is going to be your talking skill. It'll help you out. Now we'll go over to the 2. So now we're working towards our Shadowdancer Feats, which is only 2. Now, this one here, dodge, gives you +1 dodge bonus to armor class against attacks. They're against you, long as you're not flat-footed or anything like that. This is great, and you definitely want this for a rogue. Now, evasion, this is real good. Rogues get this automatically, so normally when you succeed in a reflex save, you only take half damage, but instead, you take no damage thanks to this feat, which is good. So now we'll level up the rogue some more, so let's go ahead and do it. And every level of 4, you get yourself a free ability point. So what we're going to go ahead and do is do dexterity. Everything in the dexterity. So now we're going to put in the usual suspects, make sure bluff, hide, move silently, and of course tumble are maxed out. This is very important. You want to make sure those 4, by the time we are about to class change to a Shadowdancer, are at 10. We will definitely reach that with this build. Yeah, we're going to try to do is in a good, reasonable manner, rush, you guessed it, everyone, to the Shadowdancer class. We get another sneak attack, so every few rogue levels we get sneak attack damage boosted up. Instead of 1d6, now it's 2d6. Again, you're going to pick a rogue, so we're going to go ahead and do it. It's going to probably be one more time before we switch back to a fighter. Yeah, we're going to try to get some fire-related feats that way. So pick the skills like I have. Again, bluff, hide, move silently, and of course, tumble you want maxed out. Bluff you could leave at 4 if you want to, but I'd rather max that out for a talking skill at least. Our rogue's going to be a BS artist. That's all I'm going to go ahead and say, and that's about it for this level. Now we'll go ahead and do some fire levels for a while. It's actually 3 levels of that, so let's go ahead and pick the fire levels. Let's see here. Bluff, hide, move silently, and tumble. We already got bluff, but still I like to max out a talking skill. There you go. Now we get ourselves a feat to pick from, and I have a good feat to do so. Now we're going to do mobility. Mobility is this. Gives you +4 dodge bonus to AC when you face against foes. It's upgrade from the dodge one. It's a prerequisite for a Shadowdancer. So we got all the feats now. All we need to do is for both the, I say, prestige classes, we need those. Now this one I pick is 2-weapon fighting. So 2-weapon fighting is this. Your normal penalty is, of course, main hand -6 to hit, -10 to hit on the offhand. And if you don't have a balanced weapon with this feat, it's going to be -4, -4. With a balanced weapon or light weapon, it's -2, -2, which we'll definitely get. Rangers get it free, but rogues, you have very high dex, you have to select feats for it. This will help you out greatly. So before we had like for example, -10, -6 to hit, but now that dropped the penalty down as well. We got +6 attack bonus, which is good. So let's keep on leveling up, shall we? So we'll do more of the fire levels, and then afterwards we'll do a Shadowdancer. So we're building up towards that. We just need skills now. Bluff, hide, move silently, and of course tumble. And there you go. We're going to build the fire levels because I want to get a feat from the fire class before moving on to a Shadowdancer. So let's select the fire one more time. Now, since it's every level 4, we're going to do is a points in dexterity. We're going to have a lot of dexterity, big time. Just trust me. Put in the 4, I call it, or rogue 4. Now, we're going to go ahead and pick a feat, and that is called, you guessed it, weapon specialization. Now, weapon focus gives you +1 to hit. Weapon specialization gives you +2 damage bonus, which will help you out greatly, especially with weapons we are using. Help you out on sneak attacks as well, and that's about it for this level. Now we can become a Shadowdancer, the first prestige class. Well, I'm going to do one level of that because I'll explain about that in a bit. So let's go ahead and get the Shadowdancer out of the way. We got all the requirements, including 10 ranks of hide. Well, we're going to go over that. So we'll get, again, bluff. Let's see what else we could get this time. Hide, move silently, and tumble. After that, you put whatever points you want, long as it's disabled devices, open locks, and etc. to help you out on your rogue side. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that for a while. Let me go ahead and make sure I start catching things up. And that should definitely do it once we get spot done. There you go. Now, hide in plain sight is this as you dart in and out of being stealthy. But we'll talk about this first. Improve 2-weapon fighting. So your second attack will have a -5 to hit. You still get the bonuses applied from the 2-weapon fighting. It's good. It's a, I say, building block towards, you guessed it, that. Towards perfect 2-weapon fighting. Now, hide in plain sight is long as you're not attacking any enemies, you could go in and out of stealth. Just gotta watch out with anything that could see invisibility or true seeing. This is like a perfect weapon. Cooldown 6 seconds though. So we got Shadowdancer, and now we definitely have, you guessed it, the ability to do Shadow Thief of Amn. So we have the ability to dart in and out of stealth, which will help us out greatly. See, there's a 6-second cooldown. Original Neverwinter Nights, you kept on doing it constantly. They nerfed it slightly for this game. So pick the Shadow Thief of Amn. We're going to go ahead and do that exactly for 5 classes. You heard me right, 5. So let's go ahead and do it. Now put the points in the 4. Afterwards, let's try to catch it with the other ones like Disable Devices, Open Locks, and of course Spot, and if I remember correctly, Searched as well. We got Tumble, we got that over 10, so we get free AC. I'm going to go over a few things with the Shadow Thief of Amn Prestige class. First of all, we get is a sneak attack from them. That sneak attack is 1d6. It stacks with us, with the rogue. So for a total sneak attack damage at this point is 3d6, thanks to 2 coming from the rogue class and 1 coming from, yes, the Shadow Thief of Amn, which is good. So you're going to benefit in sneak attack anyone not immune to sneak attacks. Now at level 2, you get 2 bonuses on bluff and diplomacy checks. Since we're bluffing our way through conversations, that's going to help us out greatly. Again, pick the Shadow Thief of Amn, pick the skills like I am, but make sure bluff, hide, move silently, and definitely tumble are maxed out. And no, Tumble's not like Neverwinter Nights 1. They nerfed that to 10 points, you get 1 free AC. Neverwinter Nights 1 was every 5 points, you get 1 free AC. That was crazy. This game, no. But we'll get 3 free AC, which is good. Now we're going to go ahead and pick another feat. I'm going to go ahead and say I like this one, Weapon Finesse. So what happens is instead of our Strength mod, it'll be our Dexterity mod for to hit, which is an attack bonus. So for instance, if you have very high dexterity, your mod's 10, add that plus 10 to attack bonus, which are light weapons. So only certain weapons apply. So those are there. Those are weapons you want for this build. Just trust me on it. Now, once again, we're going to go ahead and level up our Shadow Thief of Amn. And yeah, see that 2 hit bonus. We have plus, looks like 13 plus 8 for a second attack. So we're not getting that 1 penalty, which is -5 to hit. So that's good news indeed, everyone. Our weapons will connect more often than not. Pick the Shadow Thief of Amn again. Every level to 4, we're going to put points in the dexterity like we just did. Put the skills like I have. You know, the 4 must be maxed out. The others will slowly eventually max out as well. Except for use magical device. We'll leave that at 5, unfortunately. Now we got ourselves some more feats. We'll explain about that in a bit. But for now, we're going to go ahead and get more. So let's go ahead and do improve critical. So for example, normally for longsword it's 19 to 20 to get a critical hit. Now it's 17 to 20. Weapons vary, so it might be 20 on one weapon, drops down to 19 to 20. You'll see. Now this one you get another sneak attack bonus, which is another 1d6. We get 2d6 for a Shadow Thief of Amn and 2d6 for a thief, so that's 4d6 total. Now this here we get a 10% discount from stores because we're Shadow Thief of Amn. We get additional bonus to bluff, intimidate, and diplomacy checks. That's +4 for bluff checks. That's good for this build. Now we'll level up again, Shadow Thief of Amn. There you go. Let's go ahead and do that. Now put your points in the skill. Make sure bluff, hide, move silently, and of course tumble are at 16. This is really important, so definitely jot those notes down on that. And there you go. Let's keep on going, and there you have it. We get ourselves another feat. I felt like this is a good feat to pick. Is blind fighting. So blind fighting is we get to roll attack again against invisible foes, like invisible stalkers or anyone using invisibility spell. So this will help us out greatly. Now you'll be playing catch up on the other hand if you are definitely, if I remember correctly, yeah, any of the races with 1 feat. And you get that free also, you guessed it, as a Yanti Pure Blood, which is nice. Now we'll level up one more time for Shadow Thief of Amn. It only goes to 5 levels for this prestige class. So wave goodbye to it after it's done. Put the skills like I have. Just make sure the main 4 are at 17. And there you go. We'll go ahead and do those. Hit next. And I'll explain about the other ones. So first of all, let's see here. Where is that at? We'll talk about is the sneak attacks. Yep. But Uncanny Dodge. So Uncanny Dodge does is this. It gives us more AC bonus even if we're caught flat-footed, which is good. Now, as for Shadow Thief of Amn, we get 3d6 in, I say, sneak attacks from here on out. And then we stack with our regular sneak attacks, which makes it 5d6. From the next set of levels, we're going to focus on the rogue for the non-epic. So definitely pick the skills like I have. Make sure the 4 definitely maxed out. We'll do some catch-up at this point in time before we switch over to the fire class. Don't worry, we'll do another catch-up again once we're back in the rogue class during the epic levels. I'm going to get some rogue things out of the way before focusing on the fire class. Again, one more time. So we get ourselves another feat to pick from. I like to pick this one. It should be coming up. Now we get another sneak attack, which is 3d6. Add another 3d6. That's 6d6. Now toughness is this. You get 1 hit point per level. And what happens is this is retroactive. So if you take this at sample level 20, you get 20 free hit points. Good difference between surviving or not surviving. Every little point count for hit points. That's what I'm going to say. And there's your sneak attack there. It stacks. Just trust me. So now what we're going to do is pick up the rogue again. So every level 4, we get yourself our free ability score. That is dexterity. So definitely start getting those 4 filled. Start catching up the rest up to the 4. And that's about it. Really for the skills. Really simple, really easy. So we're definitely getting our rogue stuff right back up there. Up to S tier. Not just A tier. That's what I'm saying. We get trap sense. That means we're much more easier to find traps. We can disable them, and that's it. So let's go for the rogue again. Oh yeah, Neverwinter Nights 2. You can pick up to 4 classes total. And one, that is exactly 3. Yep, that's right, folks, 3. So for now, just pick the skills like I have, and you should be set. I don't think there's any feats that you have to select. Yep, and there's more sneak attacks. So 4d6, then plus 3d6, that's 7d6 total on sneak attack damage thanks to the Shadow Thief of Amn. Yeah, you get excel in sneak attack damage big time. So let's keep on going. Now we're going to pick the rogue class. What we're going to do is definitely the skills like I'm doing. You got to definitely remember that. Let's go ahead and do all that. There you go. So after that is said and done, what we're going to go ahead and do next is, if I remember correctly, yeah, there's not much feats. If there is feats, I'll definitely select the ones you want to pick. What we're going to pick is greater 2-weapon fighting. So our third attack is a -10 penalty to hit. And the second attack was -5. However, due to our dex being so high in weapon finesse, we'll negate that penalty. So next time when we get about 25 dexterity, we'll get perfect 2-weapon fighting. This is a gateway towards that. See there's our dice roll of 15 to 20 with our little blades for critical hits. To hit is 19, 14, and 9 on the plus side. See, you already negated some of that penalty there. Now we'll level up again. We're going to pick the rogue class. Yeah, dexterity helps us out greatly. So pick the skills there. There you go. Just keep at it. Now you're noticing we're definitely catching up on some. Like for example, open locks, disable devices, etc., etc. That's what we're doing exactly. Well, eventually we'll catch those up again. They're very easy to do because we're only going to do 4 levels of fire class in the epic levels. We get now sneak attack 5d6. Add the 3d6 to the Shadow Thief of Amn. That's 8d6. So let's keep on going. The rogue class. It's going to be the final time for that. So this last of the non-epic levels, aka this is level 20. Put points in dexterity for your ability score. But fill up these skills like I have. Just very simple, very easy to do it. Even a caveman could definitely do that crap. Yep, let's just go ahead and do it. There you go. We got Spot almost caught up. There you go. I actually did get it caught up. So there you have it. Let's see if there's any feats. If so, I'll select the next feat that you should all get. There you go. Okay, we'll get some rogue ones now. The one I want to get right away is a good one. I think it's Opportunist. I'm trying to find it. Where is that at? So Opportunist is this. Okay, come on. You got to do better than that. Let's go ahead and select it. Sorry about that for the delay. This does is it gives you a +4 bonus to attack rolls when you're making a attack of opportunity, sneak attacks, attacking from the side. Well, mainly this will help out your sneak attacks. This way it'll connect more often than not. From this on, we're going to be epic characters, so we're going to jump back to the fire class until the fire levels are 8. We're getting some very powerful feats that way. So let's go ahead and do bluff, hide, move silently, and tumble. We're going to focus on that. Well, eventually we'll catch up with the others when we get back to the rogue class. So do not worry. Now we're epic characters. We get epic feats now. Let's go ahead and definitely pick You guessed it, great dexterity. You're asking, why is that, Fenton? Well, you want even scores. The last two ability scores will make a number odd. This will even things up. See, we got ourselves 20 for dexterity. We're going to need 25 for the perfect 2-weapon fighting feat. So we'll pick fighter again. Again, pick the 4. You know the 4 is definitely high move silently. That's very important. Now we get ourselves another feat. We're going to do epic prowess. So we get +1 bonus to all attacks. Yep, that's right. If I remember correctly, it's +1 bonus damage. It doesn't really tell you, but it boosts us up by 1. Neverwinter Nights 1, that was 2. They nerfed it a bit. So let's go ahead and do fighter again. Let's select that. Let's pick the 4. We're getting closer, you guessed it, to greater weapon focus. That's what we want. So what we're going to go ahead and pick at this time is, you guessed it, let's see here, more dexterity. We'll pick it one more time on that, and that's it. So we got another point in dexterity, and there you go. So let's level up for a fire class one more time, and then after that we'll focus on the rogue class. So let's go ahead and select the fire. This is going to be the last time to definitely do it. So I'm just double checking everything right. Yeah, double check before you definitely level up, because it might be your last time. Every level to 4, we're going to pick points in the dex. That's level 24. We got one more at 28. It'll be an odd number if we didn't pick any other feats, but don't worry, we will. Greater weapon focus. So now to hit bonus instead of 1 is +2, which is really good. And this will replace, of course, the weapon focus feat as well, which is nice. Now, from here on out, we're going to be doing the rogue class. Yep, all the way through. So pick the 4, and we're going to start catching up on other rogue skills. We'll use magical device at 5. Now, people say you should have put that into, you guessed, the spellcraft. I'm going, nah, we'll use some items that we normally do not use at all. It'll help us out greatly. There's a few good items that, I think, from the monk side that you could definitely benefit from. Now, our sneak attack is 66. Add the Shadow Thief of Amn, that is 10d6. Perfect, we'll pick sneak attack there. That's automatic. Now, perfect 2-weapon fighting. So wherever your main hand is, your offhand will be the same. No penalties at all. That means your blows are going to be connecting big time, especially with weapon finesse. Anything else, you're going to be tearing things up. Yeah, you're a rogue, you're going to wreck everything in sight. You're going to see why. Let me show you. See, that is 29, 24, 19, and 14 attack bonus on both, plus the 1d6, any other bonuses like magical enchantment, feats, or whatever. So let's keep on going. Now we'll do the 4, then catch up the rest. Yeah, at this time you can be very powerful. Now the immune to sneak attack critical hits, don't worry. Your normal attacks with perfect 2-weapon fighting will help you out. And we get to have ability to sense more traps, which is good. So now we'll pick the rogue class again. So we'll put these skills there. There you go. Let's go ahead and select those and catch up the rest. Yeah, just remember to make sure the 4's there. Now we got 3 armor class bonus on our rogue. Yeah, this is good. Yeah, make sure you wear light armor. Seriously. Don't go in plate. So what we'll do is epic weapon focus. Now, besides our sneak attack, 7d6. Make it 10d6 total. Epic weapon focus to our hit will be, you guessed it, +4. It gets rid of the other 2, but we get double that. Instead of 2, we get 4. That's a bonus right there. That's why we pick it. Now we get ourselves another feat, and I'm going to go ahead and go down the line. If I remember correctly, I think I'm going to get more dexterity. I'll even things out one more time. So let's go ahead and select that. Our dexterity now will be definitely 26. Yeah, I'm just definitely show it. So it'll be 27. Next time we get to level 28, it'll be 28. Yeah, so we'll have 28 dexterity unbuffed. That is real good. So our modifier now is 8. Next time we get dexterity up, it'll be +9. So we'll pick the rogue. There you go. There's a modifier for dexterity +9 to all of our attacks. So we'll pick everything for dex for ability score. So that's the last time to do it. Now put the skills like I have. So you definitely want to, at this time, note that all your other skills you're catching up. You'll eventually get them to 33, which is good news. That's what we want. So there you go, 31. We'll catch them all up, just like that. So we'll pick rogue one more time. Well, actually, 2 more times, but still, just keep on going for the skills like I am. So the max in Neverwinter Nights 2 for class skills is 33. That's what we're going to head and definitely aim for. Just take your time going over the other skills because this might be your last time to do so. There you go. So our next thing we're going to do is, besides trap, sense, and sneak attack, is 8d6. Add 3 to it, that's 11d6. So what we're going to go ahead and do is start building up our resume, and you guessed it, in sneak attack damage. Or I could do exposed weakness. That's another one as well. Both are good. So exposed weakness does this is go through damage thresholds, not sneak attacks, but like normal damage. If it's like, for example, a certain percentage against piercing weapons, you'll negate some of that stuff as well. Plus the -3 AC is nice. Another one good as well is I definitely pick is improved sneak attack, adds another 1d6 to it. So up to you on that. More sneak attack or exposed weakness. I decided to do more sneak attack damage. So put the skills there. This is the last time to do everything. This is level 30. And we'll go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and finish this up. It should be definitely it. Hit next. And let's see here. Let's go ahead and pick. I'm going to do his Crippling Strike. Crippling Strike is a nice one, but it's just -2 strength. So I'd probably say nah on that. Instead, I decided to, you guessed it, do exposed weakness. That's a good one. Or if you want to do more sneak attacks or more hit points, up to you on that. See, there's your attack. If it lands, it goes through the threshold. Your foes get -3 AC. And if their AC is really low, they'll be much more lower, much more easier to kill. That's why I picked it. If not, improved sneak attack is nice as well. Now we are done leveling up our characters from level, you guessed it, to the 30. So here's the deal. You definitely want to have keen on your weapons. Haste items like haste boots, or if you can haste your weapons, that's good. Now for weapon damage, you will definitely want acid. 2d6 is nice as well if you can. Another thing is for attributes, you want dexterity up there the highest. Afterwards is definitely get that wisdom up there. Constitution as well. If you want to get strength, that's fine. As for your saves, definitely focus on your will saves because your reflex saves are very high. Go for immunities. Definitely go for any tumbles. Move silently. Hide as well too. Those are very good. If you get any spellcrafting items you can equip, that's good as well too. Make sure your weapon's +5. That's the max for this game. For the next part of this build video will be combat demonstration. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do a combat demonstration. Always buff up. If you have allies, have them buff you up as well if you can. Now make sure they go in first, then you go in, of course, second. Now good news about foes that are not immune to critical hits and sneak attack is you could dart in and out with stealth. So we're doing that right now because we're in stealth a lot. We can just keep on stealthing in and out after every 6 seconds. We use this definitely to shred up casters. Yep, that's right, because they're not immune to sneak attacks unless noted otherwise. Yeah, we'll definitely one-shot them or so. Now, even though if we're surrounded, which I'm demonstrating at this very time a little bit, we could definitely go around and, of course, do some perfect two-weapon fighting. In other words, normal damage. Yeah, because our main hand will be same as the offhand. I'm just demonstrating that. You can also use exposed weakness. That helps out greatly as well for some extra damage. So basically, as long as you're, I say, fighter, for example, with a board and sword, could tank for you. You could do sneak attack damage against foes that are not immune to critical hits, not immune to sneak attacks. You'll be the one doing the DPS. Just remember, if you are getting attacked or being the main focus, run out of the area real quick, go into stealth, and that's it. That's how you abuse line of sight as well too. Now, what about foes that are immune to critical hits and sneak attacks? Well, guess what? Like, for example, the undead, we could use Los, that's line of sight. So I decided to go into stealth. Fortunately, this lich cannot see me, but time to time, liches will have true seeing automatically, so we need to be careful. So if we need to, we'll just keep on using exposed weakness to drop down their AC by 3. Just go into stealth. This way we could try to load some of the foes that does not have true seeing. Other than that, though, you don't have to do normal damage. You do more damage than they throw magic missiles at you. By the time you hit them a few times, they're dead already. So I'm going to sneak attack to definitely load these foes. So once you take out the casters and, of course, healers as well, you're going to have to just straight up slug it through. Use exposed weakness. That helps out greatly. And that's on a very fast cooldown. If you are low on hit points and foes cannot see you through stealth, definitely try to get to a safe spot, stealth up. Use your healing potion, use anything to heal yourself up. As always, send in your tank to help you out while, of course, you do some damage. You're not going to do amazing damage like you did with foes that are not immune to sneak attacks, but still you'll do good damage. You'll be rivaling a fire and such, and etc. etc. We'll go ahead and finish these foes off by just doing normal damage, and from time to time I'll try to expose weakness. See there, we're taking out a lot of foes, and that's about it for the combat demonstration portion of this video. Now, here's some final advice, everyone. You're going to start out slow until you get a few fire levels, rogue levels, then become a Shadow Dancer. Things will start to move up. Thanks to the fact that you could dart in and out of stealth, Shadow Thief of Amn will help out against foes that are not immune to sneak attacks because they stack, you guessed it, with your sneak attacks. Once you get to the epic levels, you don't have to worry about anything. You definitely want to use your fighters to tank for you, so this way the targets they're focusing on and they're holding the line, you could go in and just take out foes, or better yet, go into stealth as long as they don't see you. Take out the spellcasters as well. It could be one very powerful rogue thanks to the combination of the rogue sneak attack and the Shadow Thief of Amn's ones as well. This is it from my Neverwinter Nights 2 Rogue Fighter Shadowdancer Shadow Thief of Amn perfect build video. This is Lord Fenton signing off. Thanks for watching and have a great day or night. Do please stay safe. Please subscribe to my channel for more guides, builds, and other videos from Neverwinter Nights 2. If you like what you see, then pick my suggestion on the upper left hand corner or YouTube suggestion on the bottom left hand corner. Have a great day or night and do enjoy the view.